What's going on, guys? Seth here. Today I've actually got one of my personal favorite newer saws out that I have. This is a Echo CS620P. This is a 59.8 cc engine. I have a 24 on this saw currently. I have run a 20, 24, 28, and 32 inch bar on the CS620P. I think the saw the most is happiest with a 24. It rips with a 20. 28 it does pretty good. You can kind of tell, you know, if your chain's starting to get a little dull, of course, you know, that you might want to be coming into a sharpening point. Overall, this is one of my favorite saws. This is one of them I have. I actually have 4 of these. Overall, other than that, I mean, it's a really good saw. This is actually an older model 620P. See, it has a black VIN plate. It also just says CS620P. Magnesium clutch cover I really like. The bigger dogs I like versus the 590. But man, this saw with the 24 just rips through about anything you put in front of it. I did add this custom plate on here too. You can buy this on eBay for $23.95 with about $7 of shipping. It's a bottom skid plate protector. I do recommend getting the one though that's cut out for the handle to where it sits right and evenly. I'll start it up for you guys and tell me what you think of it, and hope you like it. But yeah, overall, that's it. Other than that, another thing I don't really care for much with these saws, if I can get it off, is the air filter isn't really the greatest on these, as you can see. And it doesn't really help keep dirt out of your carburetor. Another thing I want to put out there too, there is a O-ring kit. It will go around here on this stud here, and it will go around here too. It's on eBay. It's I think by Duke's Power Performance, I think, that carries it. Well, anyways, it's $21.99. I thought about looking into and probably getting a couple of them. Also, there's like, for those of you that have seen the max airflow on the steel saws, a lot of your bigger steels, you know, like the 044, the 460, the 661, and even the 500i, now currently have the max airflow system, the one that has the big air filter cover. It sticks out like that far. Those are really good. Well, anyways, they make one on there, and I'm actually going to purchase one for one of them. My 620s, my 2 newest ones I normally use. It's like that. It's called, I think, Redbeard saw filter for CS600 and 620. It looks very similar to the max airflow, obviously, except smaller, except it doesn't have a whole air filter cover like this. It just tucks up in here. It's a round, old style, like automotive filter. I was wanting to get, they were 50, I think $58.99 or somewhere about 50, in between 50 and 60 bucks. But guys, to answer some questions here, these are my go-to saws. I cut firewood on the side. As you can tell, there's plenty of wood. I'm a professional firewood cutter, and normally when you see me cutting videos, that's normally what I'm doing, is cutting and blocking firewood. I actually have a firewood operation. So I use these saws for it. I had that 590, which I made a video of, a review, in-depth talk, first look, and then I actually did a test cut of it in wood with the 24. I had them, for those of you that say there is not a difference between the 620 and the 590, not trying to start a big talk or lead towards negativity. There is a huge difference between the saws. This saw, guys, I have friends that are steel guys that have used not just this one, but my others as well, two of my others. Not the last one that I had, that I just got back in January. They have used them, and they like, I mean, I have one friend of mine that has 3 MS362Cs, and he would rather have one of these than that. And he ran the one, if you look on my channel, is the 620P ported pipe. It has a 28-inch bar on it. He ran it when I used to have the stock muffler on it, and with a full house chain on with a 28-inch bar, and he was very tickled with it. And but I mean, I prefer this saw over the 362. I've ran his 362s. I didn't run it with a 25. I ran it with a 20, and I still like this saw better than it. But overall, I mean, this is a really good saw. The only mod that I've done to it is I put that dual port muffler on. I do plan on eventually adding another hole and putting it right here, having 2. So it'll really be a tri-port muffler if you think about it, because you got this one here, that's a single, that would originally be a single port, dual port, and then triple port. You know, because the key is with air is you got to get it out. You know, saw's got to breathe. I really don't care about loudness. I mean, to me, it just makes it distinct. You know, like from a distance, you know, I can hear the sound of a saw and be like, oh yeah, that's a Husqvarna. Or, oh, that's a steel. Or, oh, that sounds like an Echo. You know, I've ran saws so much. But, you know, I have people ask me all the time, what do you think is Echo's best saw? Well, here it is, guys. And here's why I say this. You know, it's been since the Echo CS620VL, which has come out in the, I think, early 70s to about mid to late 70s. Just look it up. It's a Echo CS620VL. Ever since that saw, Echo has not made a like true 60cc. This is a 59.8, guys. I mean, this saw cuts like a 70cc, in which that's what Echo claimed the 602VL to be back in the day. Just going back to some history of Echo saws. You know, I mean, they've had some other bigger 60cc's, but I mean, this is a true 60 in my eyes, true 60cc saw. I mean, guys, I mean, there's people making videos out there, these 620s, you know, going up against 461s. I actually have a steel 044, and I mean, them two are neck and neck. I mean, this one actually finishes just a split second quicker than it, I think. And that 044 is pretty much bone stock. I will make a video of it later on, by the way, as well, the 044. But I mean, there's people online putting these saws, these 620Ps, up with 70cc saws, guys. I mean, you know, for $630 nowadays, I mean, this is a hell of a saw. I mean, you know, if you're excessively using a saw like I am, I recommend this saw. If you're using the occasional use, but you still want a good, reliable, dependable saw and not spend a ton of money, well, you might want to find a 590 or go the used market. I purchased this saw used 3 years ago. I bought it off a buddy of mine. He had it. He never really used it much. He's more into his 800s and 8000s. He just never really used it. And So I bought it off of him for $400. He was doing some cleaning out. That's when COVID hit. You know, everybody was kind of staying at home and all that. Phase 2. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a damn good saw. Excuse my language. But, yeah, I recommend this saw, I mean, to anybody. You know, if you're a little bit in a budget, you know, I mean, you could go the used route. You can normally, most of the time, I see them online anywhere from $400 to $500. Don't lose hope, you know, unless you'd rather have a new one. It's up to you. I will say this, though, a lot of people don't point this out, and I'm going to point it out. This is the earlier 620, the earlier version. Like I said, here's how you tell them apart. Black VIN plate. You can also tell, too, because that label's older, it's yellow, and the new ones are white. And another thing, too, that a lot of people actually, I don't think everybody knows, and I've actually seen it, looked into it, and that I actually learned the other day, and I'm going to pass on the information. The new ones are from, I think, 21 forward. This saw was made in November of 16. The new ones actually have captive bar nuts, guys. This saw does not. Yeah, it's made into the clutch cover. It's not like a steel, but it's kind of hard to describe. You can kind of see a little holder from a distance, about like right there. And it actually does have that. I thought that was neat. I did not know that until the other day, and I got to looking at the newer serial numbers. It looked like from 2021 forward run date actually have them. I thought, well, damn, that's pretty cool. You know, but I mean, a lot of people like these 620s, guys. It oils very well. As you can tell, the chain is soaking wet. I mean, there's people out there, guys, running 32s regularly on these. And y'all seen the video I have of my 620. It's a little bit, the other one's a little bit newer than this one. It's an 18 model with a 32. I mean, there's guys online and on these forums and all, and on the Facebook forums, the Echo forums that they have on Facebook. I mean, they're running 32s on there regularly, and some even running up to a 36. And there's one guy on here, if you just type in Echo CS620P, I think it's a ported 620. He's got a 42 on it, too. But, I mean, I don't think he runs it regularly. But, I mean, it just shows, you know, what this thing's capable of doing, guys. I mean, it's a very impressive saw. I mean, once again. But, yeah, I definitely recommend this saw. I mean, this, like I said, I've got 4 of them. So, I thought I'd make a video of one of them. Then eventually, you know, I'll make a video of all 4 of them together. Coming up in the near future. But I've always wanted to make a review of the 620. For some of you out there looking to purchase one. Like I said, I mean, it just depends on your usage. And budget as well on it. But I fully recommend it. If you're hesitant about buying the 620, just piece of advice, I bought a 590 brand new, which is actually the one in the video that I made with the test demo and all that with the 24. And after I got my first 620, which is the one with the ported pipe, it's on here on YouTube, that a lot of you guys are checking out. That was actually my very first 620. Man, I look back and think, why didn't I buy one of them new? I mean, I really recommend it. If you're hesitant about buying the 620, or you plan on using a saw a lot that's this size, please go with the 620 if you only need one saw. Please go with the 620. I'll just sit here and say it from experience. Go with the 620. You will be very happier with it if you're unsure of which saw you will like. I mean, I just can't sit here and say it enough. You know, if you plan on using a saw a good bit, you know, this saw is the one for you. if you're planning on using it occasionally and you're kind of on a budget, the 590 is the better choice to go with, guys. But nah, I overall really recommend the 620. I mean, it's a damn good saw, again. And I run these with 24s regularly. So, and it pulls it like nothing, guys. I mean, the kicker is, you know, like every saw, you know, you just got to have a good sharp chain. That's it. Just got to have a good sharp chain. So, just wanted to give my review and input of the 620P. Hope this helps some of you looking out there. The 620P has also been out for, I did want to put this out there as well. The 620P actually has been in production, I think, since 2015, 2014, because the 600P was the predecessor of it, and then there was a year that they made them both together, and the 590, they had them all three out there, I think, for a year or a good 8-10 months. But other than that, I mean, because some of the earlier ones did have two, you know, these are silver now where it says Echo, it's silver, where the old ones, they used to be white. But I have seen a 620P with a black bar and with the white label, and did have the older style labelings like the old 600s had on it. So that is an earlier version 620 compared to this one. And this one's still an earlier series saw. But, you know, it's just some good characteristics, you know, if you're looking at a U620 or 600P or 590. You know, how can you tell, you know, how old really is my saw? So, it's just something good to keep in mind. But I hope this helps you guys. I feel like I've given very good, helpful information to help y'all in either just overlook and review and see what others think of the 620P, or if you're actually in the market to purchase this saw. I mean, I don't think you'll regret it. I mean, they get like a 4.6 review on Echo's website, which is really good. So, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Appreciate every one of you, like always. Be safe, work hard, and be honest. Thank y'all very much for watching this video.